everybody. Welcome back to Random Conversations. I'm Danielle.
And I'm Noel.
And we're here for another episode. So we have some good stuff to talk about today. I want to start off with the NFL. It's a new season. Happy NFL season, or is it happy football season?
Are you ready for some football?
Yeah.
2025 season kicked off on Thursday.
Yeah.
And as I thought, them bum-ass Cowboys got whipped.
Well, what I learned watching that game
was that the Eagles were going to win the NFC East?
No.
That the Eagles is going to the Super Bowl?
The Cowboys' defense is trash.
And they weren't trash.
They were trash.
They held the Eagles to 24 points.
They were trash.
Now, if they got blasted by 45, then I would say they were trash.
Because they scored 3 consecutive times on them.
Okay. What happened to the rest of the game?
Both teams scored 3 consecutive times.
What happened in the second half?
A rain delay.
What happened in the second half?
And they didn't score anything.
A rain delay, that sounds like rest to me. That sounds like you got a little live action.
You know, a delay really affects the game because you lose all that momentum.
You must have been talking to the 49ers when they lost to the Ravens.
That's what I was just about to compare it to, that Super Bowl.
I don't care.
When
Stay
the
ready.
49ers were they weren't steamrolling, but they were doing good against the Ravens. Everybody thought the 49ers was going to win. Then
I didn't think that.
The power went out. Beyonce, they say Beyonce shut it down.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, the Ravens come in and they win the Super Bowl. Same thing with this game.
Nope. Not
Everybody was stagnant. The score, I don't even think changed.
The Cowboys still suffer from the same affliction that they suffered from last year.
Let me tell you,
they can't stop the run. They held
how much yards
they held
Saquon
had? To 60. But the
throughout
Eagles,
the whole game?
Yeah. But the Eagles ran for 138 yards, I believe, and 3 touchdowns on the ground. So it just because Saquon only has 60 doesn't mean that they stopped the run completely. They ran on them when they needed to. And ultimately, that's how they got the win. The rushing game got them the win.
Well, I don't care. All I know is they both suck. And I'm just ready for my Giants to come and take the throne again.
Something tells me the Giants is about to start off the season the same way the Cowboys did.
No.
Yep.
Because we play the Commanders. So I'm hoping for a big W.
I'm pulling for Russell Wilson.
Jameis is going to be eating W's.
I'm pulling for Russell Wilson.
Only because he's Russell Wilson and he's married to Ciara.
No. I like Russell Wilson. I liked him back when he was in Seattle.
I always liked him. And he won a Super Bowl in MetLife. So let's get some of that good juju into the Giants organization.
I feel that he holds on to the ball too long, but that's neither here nor there. But
I think he's very athletic. He's more athletic than Daniel Jones. Well, actually, no. Daniel Jones is actually pretty athletic. He could run.
He's not that athletic anymore.
Who, Daniel Jones or Russell Wilson?
Yeah, he lost a step.
Well, I don't know. We have a great defense. That's all I got to say about that. I can't
wait to see.
I think our defense is the best one in that division.
How do you know it's great and they haven't played a snap yet?
It's going to be great because we got great players.
Okay. She's a fan, so don't expect any objectivity from her. All right? See, I'm a Jets fan.
Listen, I'm a long-suffering Giants fan. We need some type of good, positive energy.
I'm a Jets fan, and let's just say
in that organization because we've been suffering way too long.
Yeah, way too long.
Way too long. And we've had generational talents come and go and win in other places.
She said Odell Beckham Jr. was a generational talent.
He is a generational talent.
Odell Beckham.
OBJ. Just call him OBJ.
Yeah, OBJ is not a generational
yes, he is. He's
talent.
Just a big
Randy Moss is a generational talent. Okay,
he's just a big time.
Deion Sanders.
He's just a big time hater.
Generational talent.
If Odell didn't bust up his knee 3 times because of the turf in MetLife Stadium, he would be one of the greatest whiteouts in that organization. I'm not talking overall. I'm just talking about in the organization.
The organization don't really have a lot of. They don't have any.
They need to change the turf.
Do you guys have any Hall of Fame wide receivers?
No.
No.
Not that I know.
So for him to be considered one of their best receivers in the franchise isn't saying much now, is it? Now, if I'm a Cowboy and they talk about they consider me be one of the best receivers they ever had, and I'm looking, y'all got Michael Irvin and whatnot. Like
that's all they had is Michael Irvin.
Or if I'm the 49ers.
Name a team that had multiple good wide receivers that are generational.
The Packers. You had Donald Driver. You had Greg Jennings. You had freaking Devontae Adams.
Are they all
Jordy Nelson?
Are they all in the Hall of? Well,
they're not all in the Hall of Fame, but
are still playing.
But I think Donald Driver is gonna make the Hall of Fame if he's not in there already.
He's not in
And
there.
Devontae Adams
And he
is
retired
going to
a very
the Hall
long.
of Fame.
He retired a very long time ago.
Oh yeah, and as our studio owner just reminded me, the Steelers is they're a factory of wide receivers.
Who they had?
Santonio Holmes, Antonio Browns, Plexico Burris.
Oh please,
Forget Hines
Plaxico
Ward.
was more of a Giant than he was a Steeler. He won with us.
No. He won with y'all, but trust me, he's a Steeler.
Holmes. Oh, I forgot.
Santonio Holmes was
toe
nice.
tap.
Are you kidding me? He got the Super Bowl too. Yeah, how you forget that toe tap? That's one of the clutchest catches in
David
NFL
Tyrese
history.
was better. David Tyrese was better.
Yeah, that was bullshit. That was fluky.
No.
That was fluky as hell.
Nah.
That was fluky.
That was.
That cost me a lot of
That
money.
helmet catch was one of the most prolific catches in NFL history.
That cost me $250. That damn helmet catch.
Well, good.
And I ain't have $250.
Well, good.
I'm working part
That's what
time.
you get.
I was working part time at Target.
That's what you get. That's what you get. So, you want to talk a little bit about your team, the Jets?
Yeah, I'm gonna make this quick. Yeah, I'm a Jets fan. Jets, Jets, baby. I mean, I know we're gonna go 1-17, and I hope we do.
You're not going.
As a Jets
My
fan,
theory is they just got a new head coach. Why would the head coach sabotage himself to
he's
go
not
one?
sabotaging
Yes,
himself.
he is, because you know if a coach does bad in their first season at the helm, they're gonna fire him.
The worst thing he could do is go 8.
Unless it's a whole team consensus from the ownership all the way down to tank. Why would he do that?
The worst thing he could do is go 8-9. The worst thing he could do is go 8-9.
Why would he tank?
We need to go get Arch Manning.
And you
I'm
got
watching
Justin
every
Fields.
Texas.
You're wasting this boy's time.
I'm watching every Texas football game this season. That as a Jets
Justin
fan,
Fields
that's
was
what
like
I'm
a top 15 pick, right, in his
doing.
draft class.
He was number 2.
He was exactly, and he's not even 30 yet. He's in his mid-20s.
Well, you know
Give the boy time.
I'll say this: if he turns
he just
out,
happened
if
to
he plays,
end up in situations that were not ideal for him. On the Bears, the coaching staff was trash.
well, we'll see what he does.
He did well on the Steelers until Russell was good to go, and they benched him. He was 6-2 when he was a Steelers quarterback.
4-2. Let's
Oh,
not juice the numbers.
4-2. My bad.
Juice the numbers. But look.
Well, I'm just saying you should give him time.
Okay, look,
He's
I'll say
still
this:
young.
if he goes out there, right, and he leads us to like a 12-5 season, and we make the playoffs, and he looks good, then
Y'all not giving
But
him a
he
chance.
gotta prove it to me. He been in the league long enough, and I haven't seen.
He just happened
enough.
to be in shit situations.
All I know is that when he was nice, he was good for the Bears, but they never had a line.
Exactly.
But he did most of his damage on the ground. So I'm like, I need somebody that can throw it as well as run it. Now, if we're gonna get like a Jalen Hurts,
you just said it.
2.0,
You just said it.
then
He had a
I'll
shit
take that.
O-line.
But he hasn't shown.
But the
that he can
O-line has to
consistently-
protect him. He has to plant his feet in order to throw the ball.
I've seen him miss screen passes. I'm like, yo, you can't be that inaccurate that you can't hit a freaking 5-yard
Where you saw
screen
that at?
pass in the preseason.
Well, it's a new system.
A screen
Give
pass.
him
A screen
time.
pass is in every
Give
system.
him time. It's a new system.
She's out of control, y'all. She's out of control.
I'm trying to. It's your team.
No, I'm being realistic. All right,
It's your
The Jets
team.
not gonna get me. They're not gonna get me to lose myself. They're not gonna get me going crazy. All right,
It's your
I know
team.
we're not making the playoffs. Right, I know we getting Arch Manning. All right,
You're not.
And
Because watch y'all don't even get the number one
So,
pick.
as a
and
Jets-
first of all, isn't he in the next draft?
No, he's in
not
this
in
draft.
this one.
He's in this
He's
one.
in this one?
He's in this one. And as a Jets fan, I'm gonna say this: I got a number 2 team because they never in the playoffs, so I got to root for something. And I'm pulling for Lamar Jackson to win Super Bowl MVP, league MVP, and the freaking Super Bowl. That's my Super Bowl pick. The Ravens is my Super Bowl pick.
Who they
It's
going
gonna be the
against?
Ravens versus the Eagles.
Boo.
Super Bowl.
Boo.
Ravens, Eagles, Super Bowl.
No.
Even though I
tired
like the
of the
Commanders,
Eagles.
I like the Commanders. They're a little sneaky.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what they look like this week.
I don't know.
I like
don't know.
Jaden Daniels,
I don't know.
but
If
I
I'm
think-
being realistic,
the Eagles.
I would say the Packers.
I like the Packers too.
I would say the Packers and probably either the Bills or the Ravens coming out of the AFC.
the Ravens
but you
definitely
forget
come out
about
of
the
AFC.
Chiefs.
I ain't forget about them. Their time is done. They washed. They old. Travis Kelce worried about getting married more so than getting Super Bowl ring.
Patrick Mahomes ain't old.
Patrick Mahomes ain't old, but
So what are you saying?
nah, not happening.
I'm I need some new teams. I'm tired of the same teams over and over.
You talking about the Ravens
year.
ain't the same team over and over? Ravens haven't yet.
The Ravens has always been in the AFC Championship for the last,
what
3 years?
They only went to the AFC Championship one time under Lamar Jackson. And that
went last
year? That was the year before.
Oh, it was the Bills, right?
Yeah, the Bills beat them in the divisional. Get it together.
Anyway, I'm tired of seeing them. That's all I'm saying. I'm talking about in the playoffs, not the championships.
Well, I don't care. I want to see them in the playoffs. I want to see good matchups. The only thing I was pissed off about last year...
The Ravens going to fall short again.
I want to see the Bengals in the playoffs.
Don't forget about the Steelers. The Steelers.
What about the Steelers?
The Steelers made some good.
Yeah, they got a 45-year-old
free
quarterback.
agency moves.
The best thing they did was get rid of George Pickens because they would have had to overpay that.
They made some good free agency moves. They got what's his name, Jalen Ramsey, who's still a good corner. They got some people on the defense now.
They always had people on the defense. What are you talking about?
But they added more.
They added more. They lost. And they added.
But you just said they had a good defense, so they add more.
They have a good defense. But their offense is the question mark. It's always been the question mark. They're only going to go as far as their weakest link, and their weakest link is the offense. So I want to see if Aaron Rodgers can turn. I personally think that coming off the Achilles injury, and only being a year post it last year, really affected him. I think he's going to play a lot better this year. But I don't see them going to the Super Bowl.
Not the Super Bowl. I never said the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, just watch out for the Steelers.
Well, the Steelers made the playoffs last year. They'll make the playoffs this year, maybe. And
they could be a sneaky team.
Yeah, they sneak in.
And Aaron Rodgers is not 45.
They sneak in and they going to sneak out just as fast.
You are horrible. I hate talking sports with you sometimes.
Goddamn Steelers. I don't want to hear nothing about the Steelers.
I hate talking sports with you. How you feel about Skip joining Gil's show, The Arena?
You know what? I was tired of Skip. What I needed was a break from him. You know what I'm saying? Because he started to sound like a broken record. All his takes was the same, just recycled. Cowboys, Cowboys, Cowboys. How many times is he going to throw his cowboy jersey in the freaking garbage? I'm like, you definitely going back in the garbage and washing that joint, keeping it for next week just to throw it back in the garbage again. And then, he always talking about his girl Ernestine. Don't nobody care. And and talk about LeBron. I'm like, I'm sick of LeBron. Right?
Hold on, I'm
sick about hearing about LeBron.
He rathers LeBron over MJ.
No, are you crazy?
Oh, he's a LeBron hater.
He's a LeBron hater.
Oh,
passionate about it. Always find.
So
he'll find
him
the
and
dumbest
Stephen
things.
A. got something in common.
Well, Stephen A. don't like LeBron because he don't like LeBron personally. But his game, he never really criticized his game like that. Skip would just criticize him for no freaking reason whatsoever.
I like him on the show with Gilbert.
It's better, because you got an opportunity to get away from Skip for a little bit. So
and you
now
can see
hearing him again, it's like, okay, I could listen to it.
Skip got his notes and everything. He comes prepared, and it's just
because Skip is the professional in the group.
Yeah,
right?
he's the professional.
But I
group.
think
Everybody
it's good
coming in willy nilly.
I think it's good to have those different type of personalities.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna mesh well. I think that the personalities in there are gonna clash perfectly with Skip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You
need somebody strong to be able to go back and forth with Skip.
And Gerald McCoy is that person in that show. So enough about...
They need to bring Kenyon Martin over there to talk basketball.
When basketball starts?
So when Skip start talking crazy, Kenyon can put his ass in his place.
The basketball season about to start, next month? So everything's going to be in full effect.
My Lakers, you seen Luka?
No.
Dude, Luka lost like 30 pounds. My boy's trim, ready to go.
God, I don't want to talk about
him and LeBron.
Listen,
we going to the ship.
You're not going to turn the show into...
We going to the ship.
You're not going to turn the show into Lakers and Jets.
You heard it here. Lakers going to the ship.
No,
Season
they're
ain't even
not.
start yet.
No, they're not.
We're going to the ship.
Oh, it's OKC again.
Nah.
They kept their nucleus.
OKC barely beat the Pacers. We going to the ship.
What you mean? They won in what? They won in 7?
Yeah, after Halliburton tore his ACL. I mean, his Achilles. We going to the ship.
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
You got Houston, who's a hot team.
I ain't worried about Houston. Them young boys. I'm worried about them. They got Kevin Durant. He probably gonna get hurt again mid-season.
And Jalen Green went to the Suns.
Mm-hmm. He go paint his nails over there in Phoenix.
No, well, you're a mess.
He been fiending to wear purple nails. I know it. So
purple and orange.
Yellow. Yeah, he can go ahead and do that. Do
purple and orange
over there.
Oh man, when the NBA season starts, oh Jesus Christ, I don't know. So enough about sports, because you going off of a tangent. I had shared this. You had shared this video with me that Paul Pierce was talking about. And I think we touched about it in a previous episode. how men should date 5's and 6's for peace.
Put it up on the Megatron.
On what he said?
Yeah, put it up on the Megatron.
I gotta find it.
Who stand up men, who go out there and put your elbow into making a woman make sure she's straight and hard working and respectable, chest up, chin out men, and you really on the grind and you really got ambition, leave these little pretty girls alone, bro. They don't put their elbow in it. I'm gonna keep it 100. Over there looking at, oh, she bad. Oh, look at her Instagram. Oh, she a 9, she a 10. No, get you a 5 or a 6 who gonna put some elbow into it and gonna be down for you on some 100. You know what I'm saying? They gonna look at you like, why he with her? Don't worry about why I'm with her.
Don't worry about it.
Because she gonna do everything you ain't doing. 100%. That's the new wave we should be on, fellas. Like, man, forget all that how you look when you with your arm around her. Nah, she ain't got no substance to her.
So that was Paul Pierce's comments about men finding 5's and 6's to date because the pretty girls, the 10s, don't put their elbow into it. I don't know what he means by putting elbows into it. What are we putting our elbow in?
Come on, like let's not take him too literal. What he's saying is, he said, get you a woman that's gonna get herself dirty with you, help dig with you, help freaking build with you. That's what he's saying. That's what he means by when he said put your elbow in it. So like I said in early episodes, you know, there's a stereotype that pretty women in this day and age aren't willing to get their hands dirty. They want a ready-made man. You know what I'm saying? They want to pull them out the box. The action figure is already ready. No assembly required, right? Batteries is already included, right? Yeah, that's what y'all want. He's saying that if you're a man with ambition, you know what I'm saying, and you're about something, don't find you a woman that's going to be a liability, a woman that's just going to be another bill for you to pay, right? Find you a woman that's going to help you. I think I expressed
this before.
Wait, hold on. He want these men to find themselves a woman that's going to help them build. And in his experience, those type of women aren't the beauty queens and whatnot. They're not the Instagram models and all of that. They're, you know, regular normal women that you just meet out there in the street.
But are they going to be faithful to the 5's and the 6's?
I mean, well, that's.
Are they ever faithful to the 5's and the 6's?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, of course.
Not all of them are faithful to the 5's and the 6's. Well,
the thing is, not all ambitious men are 10s. They might be 10s in the eyes of women because women look for different things.
But when the men gets established, right, they're gonna be looking for the 9's and the 10s.
But you don't know
because they're at that. I'm not gonna put them all in a category, and I feel like that's why certain women don't want to build with men. Because you not waste, but you put in all this time, you invest all this time into building somebody. And when they get on, they're going to find somebody that they actually want.
No.
Men do it all the time.
No, the thing that you're misunderstanding is that they want a woman with these qualities, right? So you're not going to be able to find somebody that checks every single box. That's unrealistic. You want to find somebody that checks most boxes and most importantly, the boxes that are most important to you need to be checked off.
I'm just saying, morals, there's women out there that,
stuff like that.
And that's why some women don't want to stay and build, because they stay and build and they get bit in the ass. Like, I was right, I died for you and you up and left me and blah, blah, blah. And you don't appreciate anything. Certain women get scarred from that.
I don't know. I saw a post on Instagram where they had people commenting. There was like, they had personality, looks, loyalty, and a few other characteristics, right? And they were basically saying, they were asking men, what do you look for in a woman? Place your needs in order. And looks was at the bottom. Looks was like the last thing. People were looking for like morals, loyalty, personality, and stuff like that before they look for looks. Right?
Well, I guess the times have changed.
And we just had a topic not too long ago that men are marrying for peace. They're looking for peace more so than beauty, because there's a stigma that comes along with being beautiful. People think that you're high maintenance. People think that you're difficult. People think that you're doing the most.
And most of the majority of the time, it's not.
Wait, I don't know about majority of the time, right? Because I'm not out here dating a whole bunch of women to kind of like be like, okay, I could see this. But from what we digest on social media and stuff like that, because social media is the new television. People don't really watch TV no more. People don't have the attention span to sit there and watch a show for 2 hours or whatever. They rather catch clips. So what we watching here, this is what's programming us. And what's on this is saying that there's a certain type of woman out there, the Instagram models, the women that getting their body done and all that stuff. And there's not a perception of them ready to put their elbows in to help a man build. They want a man that's already built and they want to be taken care of, right? But they don't necessarily bring all the other attributes that men want in a woman, in a good, solid woman. All they bring is this beauty, and you ask them, what do you bring to the table? And a lot of them say like sex, but I'm like, vagina's everywhere, right? If sex is all that you're bringing.
I'm talking about the women who would put their elbow into it, and certain women, I'm not going to say all, because certain men do stay when the women get down and dirty with them, but certain men don't. And you can't tell me there's no examples of that. But
your thing is, you're worried that, a 5 or 6...
No, I'm just saying that the women are being very cautious now.
No, but you're saying a 5 or 6 will help put in the work, and then the man will go for a 9 or 10 when he's built and established.
Some of them do that.
But how many 9 or 10s get cheated on all the time? It don't matter where you fall.
I'm not saying that they're going to get... I'm not using that. It's just that sometimes when they become what they are or what they want it to be, they will go and find the women that they think are on that type of caliber. No, because now they're in a position to provide, and the girl could sit at home and look pretty.
Yeah, but once you make the money, once you put in the work to make the money, not like an athlete who's already had money like given to them because they have a natural.
And I'm not putting
talent.
All men into that category. I'm just saying some. That's what makes women apprehensive.
When a man builds his money, he understands what went into making.
Not everybody has the same mindset as you.
When a man makes his money, when he becomes an entrepreneur, when he comes from nothing to something, he understands the blood, sweat, and tears, the work it took to get it, and he wants to keep that money. You think he's gonna find somebody who's just gonna be a drag and just be spending his money? You know
how much people who make money lose out on money because of the girl they marry?
So you think this new generation more than any other generation is paying attention to these things, which is why peace has been seen as such a premium now, as opposed to looks. That's changing. Right, because now more than ever, all the bad consequences for prioritizing looks is being friggin' televised to us all. Look at PJ Washington. Look at PJ Washington and that girl. We're just looking out for
ourselves and trying not to
Brittany
be used.
Renner.
Because a lot of women out here get used all the time.
A lot of men get used, but I'm not here to say that Paul Pierce is right that 5's and 6's will be there to get their elbows in.
There's women who aesthetically look like 9s or 10s, but
they'll get dirty. They'll get dirty. They'll help you.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Right. So you can't just go for 5s and 6s. You gotta look for any type of woman. Doesn't matter how she looks, and you gotta look at what's inside, right?
Right, and that's the thing. You can't judge a book by its cover.
Because a 6 to you could be a 10 to somebody else.
Right, but it's always subjective. So when you're talking, when Paul Pierce is not talking to he's trying to talk to every man. So you determine what a 5 or 6 is to you, or what a 9 or 10 is to you, right? Yeah. But what I'm saying, like, because there's plenty of examples of 9s and 10s, or like, I'm just saying, beautiful women who have been great wives to their husbands. Look at Ciara. Look at Angela Bassett. Look at Savannah James. Right? These women.
Ayesha Curry.
Look at the 3 women I named, right? look at how they treat their men. They're not an embarrassment to their men.
She treats her man very nicely.
Who are you talking about?
Ayesha Curry.
Okay. Just listen about the women that I said. All right. They treat their men very well. They play their part, right? And they were with them from the beginning. Denzel Washington's wife, from the beginning, right? So, this
like I said, because I don't want nobody saying that I'm saying all men do it. Not all men do it. Some men do it, and it's they're saying this one apple that spoils the bunch. If a woman gets scarred,
vice versa.
If a woman gets scarred and she helps this man, he was nothing, right? He was at the bottom, and she helped cultivate him and help him grow into being the successful person. And then out of nowhere, he turns mean and he starts dealing with women that might be, more aesthetically attractive than her. What makes you think she's gonna want to do it again?
What if that was a situation where they fell out of love? I feel like a lot of women, when they look back at relationships, they don't look at it with honest intentions. They just want to be victims and complain about
when the man loved the woman more. I feel like if this woman has been with you through your hardest times, right? Mm-hmm. And then you get through it and you're at the top, wouldn't that make you love her more? Yeah, but like, damn, like you really stuck. You stuck with me.
So like I
love you to death.
No, my thing is you're with this woman, right? So
what makes you fall out of love with that person?
She helped you build. Now y'all both rich. You think that he's the only one susceptible to change? That's a silly assumption to make.
What if
she got money too?
There's certain
and
people
she's been with him for long. So now if she leaves, she gets money too. So to say that he's the only one in this equation that could change and switch up.
Most of the time, women don't.
How do you know most of the time? Where's these numbers? Where are you pulling it from?
Most of the time, they don't switch up. Why would they switch up?
Your logic flips on itself when you say one bad apple spoils the bunch. I could say the same thing to you.
Yes, no double standard there.
I could say the same thing to you.
There's no double standard.
There's a lot of women, and there's more examples of women taking advantage of wealthy men than there are of wealthy women getting taken advantage of by men.
So the women who take
Shannon
advantage,
Sharp
the women who take advantage of wealthy men, did they start together?
I don't know.
Most of the time, they find the women and they're already successful. Like you just said, Shannon Sharp, right? He has way more money than the OnlyFans girl.
I don't know if he does anymore.
Well, and like before the scandal happened, I'm pretty sure he had way more money than her. That's why she sued him for $50 million and won.
Well, she sued him for $50 million.
Most of the women that take advantage of men that have money don't have money.
But she had money though.
Not as much as Shannon Sharp.
Not as much as Shannon Sharp, but she had more money than me and you.
But if somebody who stuck with you
combined,
you think they're going to take advantage? You just said they both get rich together.
Right, they would take advantage. There's definitely people who are sociopathic like that would take advantage of you. There's definitely men and women that take advantage of you. Of course.
It's very complicated because everybody is different.
People forget that in relationships, people do fall out of love over time sometimes. Sometimes, because the thing is, people change over time. Different experiences and stuff like that happen to you change you. People like to say, "Oh, he changed." Like, no, change is natural. Change will happen. Either you guys grow together or you grow apart. That's just how life is.
That's the situation.
Look at Jeff Bezos.
That's the situation.
He was with his
and
wife.
That's what I'm pointing to.
Jeff Bezos with his wife.
That's what I'm pointing to. That's the exact examples that I'm using.
Jeff Bezos was with his wife, right?
She was there from the beginning when Amazon was in a garage.
And they fell out of love, right? They split. That happens.
I don't think they fell out of love.
They're supposed to just be together forever. That not everybody's story ends that way.
That's why
I'm
not putting.
She's not one of the richest women in the world.
That's why I'm saying that everybody's different.
She's now one of the richest women in the world.
Everybody's different.
Okay. Right. So you can't, the way you speak.
I'm just saying, there's certain people, there's certain women out there that will look at examples like that and be apprehensive to help build
and there's certain,
with a man.
And there's certain men who will look at the stuff that they see on social media and automatically think that beautiful women are nothing but trouble. The logic goes both ways.
And I'm not arguing you. I'm not.
But I'm saying,
I'm just
so would you argue with me that there is more examples of women taking advantage of men than there are of men taking advantage of women?
It's not the same though.
How is it not the same?
It's not the same because most of the women that take advantage of men, they find the men where they're at right at that moment.
It doesn't matter. You take advantage of a person, you take advantage of a person.
I'm talking about building. If you built with somebody and you're both rich, what's there to take advantage of?
But if you're building with somebody and you're genuinely enjoying each other's company and time, you have a great relationship, and then at some point it falls apart,
But that's not.
That's like
taking
any
advantage.
relationship.
All right,
There's
but that's not taking advantage.
No, but there's no guarantee that a relationship is gonna end with death do us part. There's no guarantee.
But I'm not saying. You're asking me if women take advantage of men more than
I don't know if they take advantage of men more, but they definitely do take advantage of men.
And I'm saying from the examples, the women who take advantage of the men, they're more well off. The men are more well off than the women that they find.
But what does
and
that
that's when.
But what does that have to do with anything?
Because I'm trying to equate it to people who build together, right? If you're building with somebody and you both end up on like an even playing field, right? You're not taking advantage of the other person because you already have for yourself.
Okay, so you're assuming that if you're building with someone that you're dimming your own light to do it. We could be together, like my wife and I. When my wife met me, I was working part-time at New York City College of Technology and DSW, right? That's where I was, working 2 part-time jobs, going nowhere. Now I'm working where I'm working at, and I'm making way more money than I was then. We built together.
All right, and you're not taking advantage of each other, right?
So what is wrong with that scenario is what I'm saying. Why can't a woman find a man who's not right there?
Because there's certain, just the way you just said, men go on social media and they see that beautiful women, they have to stay away from them. Women see examples of women building up men.
What other example?
I'm pretty sure there's others. But
yeah, I'm pretty sure there's others.
There is
one.
more.
Just one.
Yes, there's common folk every day.
Just one.
Who say, "Oh, all he does is sleep on my couch and blah 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 blah."
All I'm hearing is just one example of it.
I'm pretty. Listen, there's a lot of stories of men going after women who have more, and the women build them up, and once they get on, they play the women like a fiddle.
What example is that?
I can't think of any more right now, but you know there is. You know there is.
I don't know there is.
You know there is. Cut it out. That's why women are so adamant to not be Bob the Builders and not building no man for future.
I could point to, and that's your problem, because it's like I said before.
Because of examples and stories that they hear.
Right. So go date old ass niggas.
That's what they're doing. You see Gen
go
Z.
Date
you see Gen Z women.
Ass dudes.
Gen Z women are looking for older men.
That's good.
Because they don't want to build nobody.
That's good.
They don't want to build nobody.
So when men treat women the way that they do, just understand that it's in direct freaking reaction to how women are treating men. If I'm a young dude and y'all treating me like this, y'all overlooking me like this, you think when I get older I'm gonna be the nicest to women? You think that?
We don't know.
You think that?
We don't know.
Treat others how you want to be treated, right?
We don't know.
So if you're gonna treat a man like nothing because
I'm just using that. There's people that use examples and that they build their synopsis off of that. The same way you just gave me that example is the same way women are looking at it. That's all I'm saying.
And that's why that's why dating is so fucked.
Okay.
Because women are looking at the things so warped.
So are men.
It's okay.
So that's why there's a lot of beautiful women out there that ain't got that don't have any men because they looking at shit like that.
Nah, because they jumping in DMs
because they look
to get
at
a
them and like,
player.
oh, she's too pretty. She's not gonna put her elbow into it. So I'm not even gonna bother.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because she just want to get pregnant by a baller and freaking be.
So I'm not even gonna bother before they even take the time to get to know the person.
Look at that Anthony Edwards.
She's too pretty. She's not gonna put her elbow into it.
Look at that Anthony Edwards.
Because Paul Pierce said so.
Look at that Anthony Edwards joint. Where the girl was in the car talking about, yo, I'm imported. You got to give me attention. I'm like, yo, what does that say about yourself? You know this,
but
man
you can't lump just like how I said, I'm pulling man into that scenario. You can't lump every woman into that.
I'm literally pulling from multiple.
There's a lot
places,
of beautiful women out here.
Multiple places. I'm pulling from multiple
that have
places.
a mind of their own and will put their elbow.
I believe
into
you.
It. And now they're not going to get a chance.
But I gave
because
you examples.
their minds.
Me personally,
the men's minds are being warped by what they see on social media.
Me personally,
they're not trying to go out there and explore for themselves.
Me personally, I said it on multiple occasions. I said, when you're dealing with someone, pay attention to them, listen to how they talking to you, and they tell you everything you need to know about somebody. Y'all need to start giving people chances. Y'all need to start listening to what people have to say before you freaking completely close the page on them. You need to freaking take risk. Without risk, you can't have no reward.
All right.
Period. It's okay.
I said what I said.
Mm-hmm.
So
get the elbows in there. Get the elbows in there.
whatever. And men, certain men, stop leaving your 5's and 6's to find a 9 or 10 when y'all get put on.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I wanted to have the last word on
Get
that.
them 5's and 6's, y'all.
No.
Yep.
No. Mm-hmm. Well, beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Get them 5's and 6's. That's crazy though.
Just find the one you love, and then that's it.
Yeah, I don't prescribe to 5's and 6's being the only ones being able to build you up. As I said, I gave you some examples. I gave some examples. You gave me one.
What's the rest?
I gave you some. You gave me one.
You gave me the example with you and your wife. But what other one you gave me?
I said I gave you me and my wife. I gave you Denzel and his wife. I gave you I give you a few people and they.
There's a lot more.
And there's a lot more.
But I just can't think of it right now.
You gave me one of yours.
I just can't think of any right now.
Yeah.
So
I had Cool J and his wife. Ice Cube and his wife. What else? What else?
Listen,
I'm pulling from the sky right now.
There's more.
I'm pulling from the sky.
There's more. Mm-hmm. Might not be celebrity relationships, but common people that you don't know. Mm-hmm. They do that shit all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I came across a video clip of Ayesha Curry. She was on a podcast being interviewed, and she made some comments about Steph Curry, her husband. So I'm just going to
put it on the Megatron.
Can you give me a chance? So I'm going to find the video so you can see for yourself and listen to her comments.
That he would like someone like me. I just didn't think it was going to be a thing.
You were friends.
Yeah.
Did you ever have anything in high school at all, or it was legit just friends?
No, just friends. Just friends. Yeah.
I get what you're saying. Like you never saw him as something, but like when you look back, is there any memory that you're like maybe there was something? Or
ever? I in the beginning hated it so much. I did not sign up for that. I also always thought I didn't know that he was gonna end up playing basketball. He said he wanted to be a high school basketball coach. I thought I was gonna be the girl out there getting it. So I didn't know.
Okay, so that was Ayesha's comments about her husband, Steph Curry, and what she thought they were in high school and what he thought he would be in his adult life versus what he actually turned out to be in his adult life, and the changes she had to make in her mindset in order to adapt. So as a man, if you were Steph Curry, how would you feel hearing those comments? But I'm pretty sure he knew. There's no way she didn't discuss this with him. So he's probably well aware, but I don't think he thought that she would make it public.
Yeah, he definitely knew that he wasn't her type in high school, because I'm pretty sure he probably shot his shot. And she was like, All of a sudden he became this shit in college, and going pro became a realistic thing. And all of a sudden he became her type. Because I'm like, he's still light skinned as ever. You know, he's still.
Yeah, she didn't discuss what her type was, unless we're gonna have to find a video.
Her type seemed like it's 7 figures or better. That seemed like what her type is.
But you heard what she just said, that she thought she was the one that's gonna be getting it.
Right. So all of a sudden, so what made him her type? What do you think made him her type? Because in high school, he wasn't her type.
Well, I honestly don't know. I guess the fact that she got to know him.
Got to know him? They were friends in high school.
But in an intimate level. And she just adjusted to his triumph. She just adjusted.
She said she hated it.
She obviously adjusted because she's still with him.
Yeah, because she's not stupid enough to leave that lifestyle. Once you at the mountaintop,
you could tell she's the type that's
you ain't have to do nothing to get there.
You could tell she's the type that's an overachiever, and her mindset was, all right, he's gonna be the high school basketball coach. I'm gonna try to go out here and grind it out.
I just feel like it didn't need to be said. See, she
goes again saying things that
he been in the league almost. He been in the league like 16 years, almost 17 years, something like that. He been in the league a long time. She should know how to play her part by now. You know what I'm saying? Because she got into trouble not too long ago when she was begging for attention on Instagram. How nobody
finds her attractive because she's Steph Curry's wife.
She's like begging, like, look at me, please, please. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's embarrassing. You embarrassed yourself. I feel bad. I felt bad for Steph Curry then. I feel bad for him now because she's bringing a level of scrutiny into their relationship that didn't need to be there. Again,
I don't think Steph Curry cares.
It's he don't care. I think when he watched it, he didn't care. But people you can't help but look in the comments. Sometimes you can't help but hear the noise around it, and that might bother him. See what I'm saying? You bringing all this onto him for what? You didn't have to say all that, right? Because all when I watch it, the thing that it makes me think is what made him your type, seeing as he was not your type, right? He hasn't changed. You know, he didn't get darker over time. You know, he's still. I
don't think it's about complexion.
He still looked the same. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying he still looked the same build. You know what I'm saying? He still looked the same. So what changed?
I think she fell in love with what everybody else fell in love with. He's just a very likable person. There's I've never seen, or not ever seen, but I've never heard somebody say, I don't like Steph Curry. You could be a Laker fan. You're going to like Steph Curry.
There's people that don't like Steph Curry because he showboats a lot.
I don't even think he showboats a lot.
He showboats a lot.
It doesn't even bother me. A lot of people who are NBA fans or a person that just watches, who's a casual fan even. My mother even knows who Steph Curry is, and she likes Steph Curry. I think that's probably what made her fall in love with him. He's just a likable guy.
Yeah, he's a good, wholesome guy.
He's just a good guy. You don't hear anything negative about Steph Curry.
The only negative things that ever touch him is shit his wife says. You see what I'm saying? It's shit his wife says.
And I feel like that's probably what gravitates her to him, is because he seems like a great dad. He seems like a great teammate. Yeah, he's just a great overall person.
She evens him out. You know what I'm saying?
She's the feisty one.
There's so much likability. You gotta bring it.
She's the feisty one. He's the one that brings calm to the storm. That's my opinion. I mean, she done had 4 of his kids.
Yep. Yeah. What is there to do when you're in a situation like hers? Just pop out them kids.
She's out there living her best life. I think, I honestly feel like Steph is aware of how she feels. There's no way that he's not aware. They've been together way too long for her not to discuss this.
I just wish that she kept it in-house.
Yeah.
She don't need
not
to speak
everything
about
has
that.
to be said.
Because it begs too many questions.
But he should know his wife by now.
This is what I'm saying.
He should know.
I'm not even talking about what he don't know. I'm talking about what we don't know. Because the thing is, when you start saying stuff for us to see, then we get to have an opinion on it. We get to speculate on it, right? And we get to attach labels to things because of what you say, right? So, she should know this by now. She should know it by now. There's no excuse. Like, y'all been in the limelight for a long time, right? She should know how to behave in certain circles, how to conduct herself in certain circles.
And a lot of people,
what not to say.
A lot of people pit Ayesha Curry against Savannah.
I never heard that.
Yeah, it's like, because Savannah's the one you don't really hear much.
She be chilling. And that's why a lot of people like you, how you say how Ayesha's like not the negative one, but the one. She just talked too much, that's it.
Yeah.
She talked too much.
Savannah, you don't hear anything. I mean, I know she has a podcast, but she never talks about her family in depth. She never talks about her relationship with LeBron in depth. And a lot of people like that mystique. Maybe if Ayesha has that mystique, it will be more.
She ain't got no mystique.
More palatable, maybe.
But you heard what Denzel said. I think Michael B. Jordan was saying what Denzel said. Basically, he got some advice from him. And he was like, you share too much of yourself on social media. Don't share so much of yourself on social media. Why would
Some people can't help it.
Why would people pay $20 for a movie ticket when they get to see you all the time? You see what I'm saying? And that's the difference between celebrities today and celebrities of yesteryear. Because back then, when you saw them, it was like you seeing some sort of mythical creature. You knew nothing about them. You just knew that they were awesome in what they did, and you didn't know that they were real until you saw them. Mm-hmm. Now, they've humanized themselves and they've made themselves too available, right? So now, and when
People
you open
would say they like that.
that's what they think. But Denzel hasn't lost any star power, and people don't know nothing about him.
I'm not arguing with you on that. I'm just
You
saying
gotta,
people.
But everybody should live like that. You got to protect your peace, right? Everybody don't need to know what you're doing at all times. You don't need to share where you are at all times. If you did something and you didn't post it, you still did that thing.
So you think
still
people,
have fun. You
so
ain't
you
got to
think
post it
people
all
are
the
gonna
time.
Look at Ayesha in a certain way now since she said those
I
comments?
think people who looked at her a certain way when she said the comments back a couple years back look at her the same way they do now.
I don't think I
personally,
get why her comments hit hard the last time she said something about being desirable to other men. But
yeah, that was crazy.
I don't even think that was that crazy.
That was crazy.
Because certain
You
women
don't
deep
beg
down
for attention. If
want that.
If your man,
Some women.
if your man was talking to people talking about he wish women would pay more attention to him and whatnot, you wouldn't necessarily like that either. You're like, why you out here trying to get attention from other women? You wouldn't like that.
I think that's just something internal because I feel like Steph is the only person she's been with her whole entire life.
Well, whose fault is that? Let's not go back to that lady who was crying in her car.
It always comes back to the lady that's crying in her car.
You make your decisions.
It always comes back to that.
You make your bed.
When you don't put yourself out there, but explore, explore your options when you're young, and then you just settle with this one person from the time you get your high school diploma till where you're at right now. You're always gonna have that feeling like, what if? You know, a lot of people have that. I feel the lady in her car had it.
You make your decision.
And I don't know if Ayesha has it. I'm just assuming she does.
You make your decision. You make your bed. You sleep in it. If you don't like your situation, get up out of it. Right? But
she
apparently,
to leave herself
exactly. You don't want to leave it. Stop talking about it. Because you just...
Well, maybe she was asked the question and she just answered it honestly.
You ask a question, you don't have to answer it. Or you could give like a Tom Brady non-answer, right? And move on. Like these celebrities nowadays, they haven't mastered the art of saying a lot without saying anything at all, right? Tom Brady was the master at that. You can never lock him into anything because he'll tell you a lot and he's talking, but he ain't telling you nothing really, right?
The gift of gab.
Right. They need to learn that. She needs to learn that. Right.
Do you think this is going to be the last time Ayesha
No.
Curry's going to say something crazy?
Because Steph Curry is not the type of dude that's he don't strike me as somebody who's going to try to control his woman and tell her she can and can't do that, right? He's going to let her live her life.
And that's probably another reason why she loves him, because he's not going to tell her.
He's not controlling her.
No.
You know what?
He's just letting her do what she want to do.
Because for me, I wouldn't like it. But for him, if it don't bother him, to each his own. Do you? But I feel like Will Smith and Jada is the perfect example to me. You know, wisdom is not necessarily learning from your own mistakes, but you could also learn from the mistakes of others and not duplicate it. So when I look at their situation and I see what happened to them and what they're still going through and how the public perception hasn't really changed and there's been time, I wouldn't want to expose myself or my family to any scrutiny unnecessarily. Right?
Okay. On that note, I think we had a good discussion about her in the previous discussion. So on that note, my name is Danielle.
And I'm Noel. And
this is Random Conversations. You could
like, subscribe, follow us on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Yeah, we on all those things. Under the YouTube videos, please comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you want us to cover. Because we definitely like to take you guys' input into consideration.
Yes. And hopefully we see you next week. Bye-bye.
Oh, really?